doing the right thing. Never coming to a point in my life where, you're caught up with a frenzy and you start losing balance.
Yeah.
So that's just my, I'm sorry. Until you've seen a situation of 3 family members having cancer at the same time, and then they've gone through treatment, and I remember these things every morning. I come to the altar, and then if you imagine the number of devices, both on, whether it's on YouTube, on Facebook, how many people will connect, so you can imagine how much issues we have to deal with, and people who send us too many, prayer requests, and all that. Sometimes I'm just overwhelmed, and I'm saying and because my heart is in this, you don't know. Every time, there's people who work with me know. Every time someone is healed, the joy. I could tell my peers, I'm so excited. God, I'll be sharing testimonies with them and all of, because I just want to see people smile. I mean, I hate anything that represents evil.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Gore's Corner. Hope I meet you well. Okay, so let's start. So Pst Jerry Eze, the pastor of NSPPD, I think he's the founder of NSPPD, granted an interview with WithChude. I can't really record the actual date, but it's very recent, maybe this week, and he talked about what actually maybe pushed him to being serious on the daily prayer section that he does every morning. And he's very teary when it comes to some people's predicament, what people are going through. Even if you watch his program, you will notice that sometimes it's actually teary, he's crying while he's calling out those prayer points of what some people are going through, which are really, really emotional. So he was also teary here. He was asked about his wife and all that, and he did say if people can record that there was a book his wife has written, that I said he almost ruined a marriage. So it takes a while, it takes patience, that he had to say the pastor in him, not the person of a husband. I think that was what made her to really endure, stays for a long time until when he starts seeing changes in him. I will leave the video on for you guys to listen to. I got this video from WithChude's page, where he granted the interview, was one that released the video. So if you want to watch the full video, you can go to WithChude. As you can see on my screen here, the video source is from WithChude. Chude. So you can watch the full interview there. I hope you do enjoy it. Please let me know in the comment section below what you feel. Thanks for watching.
To recognize this unction,
yes,
and respect it independently of your role as a husband.
Yes. And so I think that my wife and I had our own, we will I call it our own illumination season, so to speak. So, I mean, if you read her book, I Almost Ruined My Marriage, so she needed to see the pastor in me, not necessarily her husband, during those teething and very turbulent times, So, and I didn't realize why God was causing me to, to be in that place of being molded by her actions, right? Being a true Christian, by her. So, I mean, things were not going too well, and I still was in that place where I was trying to be the great, spouse, be the very, So, when she came full circle, she realized that, what? Beyond even this supernatural, beyond this manifestation, this man is a true Christian. Do you understand? Like, this is what it is. Like you said, that it is not acting, which is one thing I pray to God every day. I'm sincerely in that place where all I desire with all of this, growing numbers is that Jesus be pleased. That is all I desire. As in, I don't know what else that, comes to my heart every day, more than the fact that I just want God be glorified in everything. Just look at us and be happy. Look at us and don't feel like, okay, they've joined this bandwagon again. May we never, in our journey, it's a heartbeat for me. May we never, what comes with this whole thing? The attention, the people who want you, the nations of the world. I mean, it's growing. And my desire is just to make sure that I'm still in that space where my heart, I just want to keep loving God. I just want to see him keep working on me, helping me to live for him. That's all I want. I don't want to, when these things get on and then you are in that space where everybody, I just want to love God and just keep doing the right thing. Never coming to a point in my life where, you're caught up with a frenzy and you start losing balance. Yeah. So that's just my, I'm sorry. Until you've seen a situation of 3 family members having cancer at the same time, and then they've gone through treatment and I remember these things every morning. I come to the altar and then if you imagine the number of devices put on, whether it's on YouTube, on Facebook, how many people will connect. So you can imagine how much, issues we have to deal with. Yeah. And people who send us too many, prayer requests, and all that. Sometimes I'm just overwhelmed. Yeah. And I'm saying because my heart is in this, you don't know. Every time, there's people who work with me know. Every time someone is healed, the joy, I could tell my peers, I'm so excited. God, I'll be sharing testimonies with them and all of, because I just want to see people smile. I mean, I hate anything that represents evil, so every time I come, the burden can't even go away. Yeah. The burden can't even go away because sometimes if God doesn't even place the burden in your heart, the things you're seeing, the messages you're seeing, if we finish this interview, if I bring out my phone now without anything and I show you, you'll just see a list of, this one and all of that. I've had to change numbers, but it's not working. So you still have these messages enter into how the new one goes out and people find that one and it just goes out. People are hurting. Yeah. So how can, and this is what I feel like the reason why we've seen the miraculous so much in what we do is because of our hearts. Yes. So, like you said, compassion, nobody can walk in the supernatural without compassion, because I see a lot of pastors who come to me, Pst Jerry, we want this mantle of the miraculous, lay hands on us. They don't used to lay. I mean, there are things that come from the place of brokenness. Can you carry this burden? What do you want out of this miraculous? What do you want? For me, to see people change, to see people smile again, to see families, united again, to see that guy that is, has gone the way of addiction, be restored back, to see homes, to just see people laugh and smile, because wickedness in the sun is pro. More than ever before, there's everywhere you look, you see an autistic child, parents that say autism, this one, you see this one here, they just sit back and go like, now, wow, as in problem everywhere. Someone wakes up and it's fine. I mean, like 3 months after, the person is now saying something is wrong with me. They say my spine had, you just go for a routine test. And you now go and they say your liver has a problem. By the time you know what's happening, 4 weeks after, everything. I mean, someone just told me, say, Pastor, there's someone who said she was driving. As of 2 weeks ago, she was driving. As of 2 weeks ago, right now, one of my pastors was telling me she can't use her 2 hands. From nowhere, the hands can't be used anymore. So the question is, what is this? So I just sit back and I'm like, okay, this was even in the UK. So what is she doing? She's done everything. She's even a medical person. So what am I supposed to sit down and tell? And these are many more. As far as the devil does not rest in bringing out evil, I will not rest.